Hi, my name's Denise McCabe. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Australia on the central coast of New South Wales, and this is my Make It Monday for today. Today we're going to make a theatre fold card. This is my prototype I made last night. So it's using the Hey Girlfriend stamp set, and you open it and then it's like a stage inside. So this is a happy birthday card. So I'm just going to show you how I made that. So just bear with me while I turn the camera around and we'll get started. Okay, I'm just checking all that's in view. Looks like it is. So yes, this is my theatre fold card that I'm going to show you how we make. It's a little bit, well, it's not really tricky. The only tricky part is these bands here. So we'll make it from scratch. I'm using the Hey Girlfriend stamp set. It's in the mini catalogue. It's $37. It doesn't have dies or a punch, but it's a really nice stamp set for teenage girls or any age really. But really nice little stamp set to play with. It's got some gorgeous sayings. Hey girlfriend, always be yourself. I love my besties. So yeah, so it's a nice little dog and a little cat as well. So it's a nice little stamp set to have a play with, and it's a really good one for colouring with your stamping blends. We'll also be using one of the stitched rectangle dies and the 1-inch circle punch. Now this circle punch has retired, but it is a good size to have. 1 1/4 would be a little bit big. So I'm using my retired, my old whale tail punch, 1-inch circle punch. I've already stamped and coloured in a couple of girls ready to go. So let me just show you how I made this card. Okay, I'll put that there. Can you see that sort of there? Yeah. Okay, I've got to get my paper. So it's 1 piece of A4 cardstock. So I'm using mint macaroon, or macaron, however you'd like to say it. I'm going to get my trimmer out, and you cut it in half. So cut it at 14.8 and then cut this piece in half again at 10.5 centimetres. Come on, get up. And the other half. So you use 1 whole piece of A4 cardstock. So this one's cut in 10.5 centimetres as well. So we have 4 pieces the same size. Now you're going to take 2 of those pieces and score them at, so that cutting blade away, score them at 3.7. Just double checking, yes, 3.7 and 7.4. Do that to 2 of your pieces of cardstock, so 3.7 and 7.4. And you also need 2 strips, 14.8, so that's right, and 1.5 centimetres long. Oh, that's a scoring blade. So it's 1 piece of cardstock and then just these 2 little extra strips that you can get from scrap. You need some DSP. So in this card I used some of the butterfly bijou, I think that's how you say it, paper, because that's got some beautiful colours on the back. So I might just find my pieces of paper. I use that one for that. Let me see where are my little girls that I've already coloured in. Let me have a look. I like all this paper so much. I use that will be the frame, so that might be nice with the mint macaroon. And then I'll need another piece for something else. So let me see. I wonder if that would work. Oops. have a look. Okay, so I'll just move my card to over here. So the DSP, we need one piece, 14.5. By 10.2. So that's going to go into one piece. I could use the butterflies. Such a big decision. And then we need two pieces, 7.2. I'm not sure if that's going to be enough. 7.2. Yes, it is, but I won't have enough that side. So bear with me while I just choose my other piece of paper. I like all of them. I can always buy another pack. That's the goal. You can always buy another pack. Just use whatever you like. Okay. Okay, so, oh, did I get two pieces? No. So this one's got to be, let me get this out of the way, 7.2. I could use the butterflies. I'll have to have a think. We need two of these because these are the stage doors. By 10.2. So 7.2. By 10.2. There we go. That's all the cutting we'll be doing. Okay, so let me get my pieces back here. Okay, so I'll just, so you fold these in and just make sure I'm still in view. Oh yes, fold these in like an L. Okay, so they're going to be your stage doors. So we can either put this or the butterflies as the door. And that's going to be our frame. I think the butterflies are pretty. Yes. So we'll just attach our paper. So this one goes down on completely covers like a card front. So I'll just use my seal. And it's good to put some in the middle as well. That will be apparent in a little while. So I'll just pop this here. Sorry if my head's getting in the way. Okay, so that's that one. And then we'll put our butterflies on our doors. So it just gives you a little border around it. The DSP is just cut slightly smaller than the scored section. This butterfly paper is so nice. Now the paper is only available for a limited time. I think it's till the 3rd of May. The stamp set and dies are actually going to carry over to the new catalogue. But the paper, this butterfly paper and the specialty paper that's in the bundle is not carrying over. So if you want the butterfly paper or want more of it, it's important to get it. Now we're going to bring this piece back in. I'll just put all my little bits of paper in the packet and move that away. And we're going to bring our stitch rectangle dies in. And we're going to choose the 4th one in. So 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. My paper's all slipping around. Now, You can washi tape this to, but sometimes the washi tape does tear the paper. So I'm a little bit nervous about doing that, but I will try it. So I can't wait till they can fix the magnetic plate for the scan cut emboss machine. So you just eyeball that in the center. Oops. And I'll bring my scan, yeah, my emboss machine. I don't know what I called it, scan cut, that's not right. And I always put these rectangular dies on an angle to make it go through the machine better. You don't get that terrible clunking because it just is easier on the die. Now because we're going through a double layer, cardstock and the DSP, I'm going to wind it back, so put it through twice. There we go. Get that off, put that back over here. And I'll get my little didn't tear, yay. So that's made your frame for your theatre card. Oh good, didn't tear. Okay, and that's why you had to put seal all the way down so that the paper would stick to the cardstock all the way through. If you just put your tape or your seal or glue around the edges, this piece of paper is loose when you do this part. So that's that done. I'll just move my dies out of the way. And then I've got to remember. Okay, so that's right. Then this part goes on here. So you just, the best way to do that is to layer this over this piece of cardstock. Put your sticky on, your snail or your, not snail, seal. Keep calling it snail. And that becomes the back wall of the stage. So if you layer this over the top of that fourth quarter of cardstock, you can line it up perfectly. So there we go. So then put that to one side. You get these, and now I'm just gonna, you want to attach them. I've got to think. You don't attach them there, you attach them here. Now I've just got to double think that. See, you can make it the night before and you still can't remember. Yes, you can attach it to your card base. Of course you do, Denise. So that's going to go there and that's going to go there, and the butterflies are going to go the right way up. So you end up covering up a little bit of your back wall. So you line it up really well. So that's that. I'm going to turn it upside down so I can line it up easily. Okay. So you've got your doors, okay? So that's coming along nicely. Now this is the part that I found the hardest. It's just fiddly. I was watching an English demonstrator and she called it faffy. I'd never heard that word before. So with your two strips, just fold them over and pinch them. Make sure there's a little bit of a gap because otherwise your curtains won't slide easily. See how I've got a little bit of a gap? And get your other piece and just pinch it over. Okay, and then got to remember where we attach it. Isn't this silly? Oh, before we do this, you've got to do your little half circle cut. So that's for your finger tabs. It's not on that piece, you twat. It's on the frame. How can you make a card the night before and forget exactly what you have to do? That's a bit scary. Okay, so that's that piece. And then these are attached to your frame. So you've got to put it over. So this is your frame, your outside frame. You've got to put them as close to the die cut section as you can. So there. And just, I think I want to make that a bit higher. Pull that off a bit. If it's a little bit above the frame, it actually helps with the sliding of the doors, of the curtains, I mean. So I'll just put some seal there. So it's just a bit fiddly, but once you've got it, now they can bow a little bit, except that's not meant to be showing there. So let me just pull that off carefully. I might just snip that down. There we go. So that's that one done. And I'll put some snail seal here. And once again, up close. And if it's poking over the top a little bit, that's okay. I'll just... Faffy, that's a word I've never heard before. It must be an English word, like a pommy word. So once again, if it's got a buckle in it, it's okay. It actually helps. So can you see how I've done that to the frame? Now, we just have to poke these curtains through. That's that one. And if you find one doesn't slide as easily as the other, or if neither of them are sliding very well, you just need to adjust these strips. This is the fiddly part. The rest of the card goes together quite easily. Okay, so there. And it all fits into a normal envelope, what is it, A6, A5? So there you go. So then you can decorate it the way you like. So I might put my girls on here. I'll get you an envelope to show you that it just goes straight into an envelope. So I'm going to just decorate it with some of these girls from the Hey Girlfriend stamp set. So it fits, lies flat and goes into an envelope. And see, that's your theatre fold card. It's quite clever. Here's my finished one. So it looks like that when it's closed. And then when you open it, you've got someone inside on the stage or whatever, or a greeting inside. If you do put anything on the curtains, as they're called, make sure they're stuck down flat, because that can prohibit the opening if there's something popped up. You can pop things. This girl's popped up on dimensionals, and one of the balloons is on dimensionals. These girls on the frame, anything on the frame can be popped with the dimensionals. That's not a problem. But don't pop anything onto the curtains, because that's not going to work. So anything on the curtains would have to be stuck down flat. The other thing I did with this card was Sarah Douglas did it in a YouTube last week. She stamped onto designer series paper. She called it paper piecing. And so that's what I did with the girls' dresses. I stamped onto some of the scraps of the butterfly paper and cut it out and stuck it over, so I didn't have to colour these dresses. I did it with the skirt. I did colour her top. Same with her. Her dress was from designer series paper. So that's another way of not having to colour. You can do some creativity with that. These ones for my next card I've already coloured. So it's a cute stamp set. It's a cute card. You can have a lot of fun with this card. So thanks for joining me today on my Make It Monday.